Okay, guys, it's been a little bit since I've done a fish face episode, so a lot's changed since the last one. So this is Dartanian. Dartanian's a beta. Dartanian's not doing very good. You can see his eyes are kind of puffed and cloudy. His color's starting to go away from under him. He's breathing real heavy. So we've noticed this has to be going on about 10 days ago. And he was by himself in a 10-gallon aquarium sitting right here, and I noticed him hanging out at the bottom for a little while, and just hanging out at the bottom more. He looked depressed, I guess. So we revamped his tank with driftwood and plants. He looked really good. And we brought home a snail to put in there with him to keep him a little bit of company, because I've had a beta in the past who just loved his snail friend. But Dartanian just kept getting worse. And I noticed probably about 10 days ago he was struggling to swim to the top of the 10-gallon aquarium, and then it would just go right back down. So he kept going up to get air, but it looked like it took all of his energy. So what I did was I suspected it was swim bladder, some kind of swim bladder issue. Maybe I overfed him. The nitrites and nitrates in here were at 0. They were good. The only the test strips are dried up now, but the hardness of the water, I don't know if you can see that. Everything looked good except the hardness of the water was way up there. But I don't really think that's it. I didn't add any water softener or anything, but what I did was started to treat them with this Artemis stuff, and I tried that for several days, and it's a bacterial thing, because that's what I felt like it was. And that's the thing with fish, it's hard to tell. They can't tell you what's wrong. So his eyes looked a little puffy, so I tried to treat him for Popeye and all this stuff, and this wasn't doing anything. He kept getting worse. I called the local pet store, and we don't have very many, but they suggested maybe giving him taking him out and putting him in like a little something to so he can get more of the medicine, and that seemed to really stress him out. And I also got this parasite stuff, which I haven't treated him for, because I don't think it's a parasite. But yeah, so anyway, I drained like 90% of the water in the 10-gallon tank. I turned off the filter and drained it all the way down, so there was just like a few inches above him, so he could get to the surface easier and get air. And I took like most of the bigger rocks out of there and all the plants and driftwood, and made sure his water was pristine. Then I decided to move him to this little jar so he can get a more concentrated dose of the medicine. And about 2 days ago I started this antibacterial medicine, which is like a powder. I guess it's just a heavier duty one. He got his second dose today. So he's snuggled up by his little heater. Well, not snuggled, but he's laying by his little heater, and he's got a little plant. And I just put this little, it's like a filter for like breeding fish for tiny little fry, but I just put it in there for some airflow, because I don't think he can make it to the top to breathe. Honestly, I don't think he's going to make it until the morning. I'm surprised he's made it this long. I feel really bad for the little guy. And I'm going to get out of here in a minute and turn off the light, because I want him to rest. He's breathing so hard. So yeah, I don't know what else to do. That's the, keeping fish has been my hobby for probably about, I think, 3 years now, and there's still so much to learn, and I've experienced so much through fish getting ick and just all kinds of problems, and you just never know what it is. and you don't want to over treat them for stuff, and you don't want to not treat them. So I'm at the point now to where like he's got one more dose of this stuff. It says a max of 3 doses, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm not gonna move him anymore. I'm just gonna keep his water clean, take what I can out with this baster, and I've got some pre-mixed water right here with the conditioner in it, and top it off every now, with some fresh water, just trying to keep it clean. But I haven't tried to feed him yet, and he didn't eat yesterday, because if it was swim bladder, I kind of wanted him to fast for a few days. But I bought some fresh bloodworms for him and gave him a few days ago, and I put it right beside him, and he was excited. He couldn't really swim around and eat it, but he ate a few that was near his face. I gave him a few minutes and sucked out the rest that he didn't eat. And so maybe when he rests for a little bit, I'll try to put a couple I don't know, pellets or something next to him, because he hasn't eaten in a couple days. But I don't really know what to do now. If you guys have any advice on this, I've looked all over the internet, and everybody says the same thing. Check the nitrates and all that stuff, and his water is pristine. In hindsight, I kind of wish, I put new media in this little bubbler. I kind of wish I kept some of his old sponge to kind of put in there, but I just don't know what he's got. I didn't know if the snail brought anything in with him. I didn't know what kind of bacteria is hanging out in there, so I just wanted to kind of give him all fresh stuff. But I just don't have the answers, man, and the internet doesn't have the answers, it doesn't seem like. So I don't know. So I just wanted to fill you guys in what's going on with him. And sorry this was a depressing video, but just wanted to let you guys know, and maybe I could get some help. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.